Many people gave me the crazy eye look when I announced 10 years ago that I was going to homeschool my kids. Now today the culture has changed and homeschooling is much more acceptable in many parts of the country, and I'm super grateful for that. And now there are tons of resources and options for homeschool parents or homeschoolers to make. And sometimes it can get very overwhelming. So in this video, I want to share with you the 5 options that you have when homeschooling your kids, approximate cost, especially if you're just starting out. Now, the reason I'm doing this video is because I'm a real estate agent and was putting a list together of the top school districts in my area and thought, well, man, I've been homeschooling, so maybe I can put a list together for homeschoolers. Well, I found that I had like 10 pages worth of content on homeschooling. So guys, I'm gonna have a series coming out on homeschooling. And if you like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel and post your comments below if you've had experience homeschooling, what your experiences were, what you like about it, or if you chose to public school or private school. All I ask is that you be kind, okay? Be kind. Now, one of the most common things I hear all the time when just talking with friends is, oh my gosh, I can't believe you homeschool. You work full-time and you homeschool. There's no way I could do it. The truth is anyone can homeschool their kids as long as they're committed and willing to learn. And one of the best things that I heard from someone who is very organized homeschool mom is she told me in the very beginning, Dana, you don't have to be super organized to homeschool and provide a great education for your kids. So all that to say, anyone really can homeschool. If I can do it, anybody can do it because I don't like to teach my kids, and I work full time. And what other excuse can I give? I don't know. And I do want to let you know we did try private school 1 year and public school 1 year, and then after those experiences, which by the way were not bad, we just talked about each child and what's best for them. And for all 3 of our kids found out that homeschooling was ideal for them for different reasons. So you may choose to public or private or homeschool your kids. Do what you know is best for your family, regardless of opinions out there, okay? So there are 5 different options available when you decide to homeschool your kids that maybe will help narrow down so you're not so overwhelmed. The first option is, number 1, you can completely homeschool your kids at home on your own. Now, when I say homeschool completely on your own, what that means is you as the parent are choosing the curriculum, the method that you want, all the prep and planning involved in homeschooling, and you're teaching your kids, okay? Or I guess they could be self-taught. The pros to this is usually it's the cheapest option. You can actually find some very inexpensive and even free materials online so that you can keep your costs very low when homeschooling. You have complete control and the most flexibility when you choose to homeschool entirely on your own. And then you can also easily change the curriculum if one is just not working out for your child. Because sometimes we do this research and we go, oh, this is going to be the most fabulous curriculum. And then we start teaching the kids and it's like, oh my gosh, and you're beating your head against the wall. So it's the most flexible way to homeschool your kids is by doing it on your own. Now there are many cons with this way as well. If you choose to do it on your own, which gives you the most flexibility, it's also the most overwhelming. It can be the loneliest because you have to be intentional with relationships outside of your home and find a way to connect with other homeschoolers. It takes the most research and the most planning to do it this way as well, but it can be the most tailored. This method is best when you have a dedicated stay-at-home mom or dad that's focused on teaching your kids. The second option you have when homeschooling your kids is to send them to a program that may have 1 to 4 day homeschool options. So this is something that we do. For instance, we use Classical Conversations where our kids go to school 1 day a week. They have a tutor there to help teach and train what they're going to be learning for the next week, and they have a conversation about what they learned the previous week. And so this is really great because they fully plan the curriculum, and I get the benefit of their planning, their expertise, the community of having other friends, the community for me as a mom. I love this model, and it helps to hold them accountable. Ultimately, I'm responsible as the teacher or the parent, but they really do help with the accountability factor in so many of those issues that we find in homeschool. Now, you can choose 1-day option. You can have other programs have 2-day options, 4-day options to help you as a homeschool parent to get through these homeschool years. These 1 to 4-day part-time homeschool options, they can range anywhere from like $1,500 a year up to $4,000 or $5,000 a year. It just depends, but it helps tremendously. The more days, the more money. The third option you have when homeschooling your kids is maybe you want a mixture of things. So maybe you're like, hey, I'm really great at algebra, but I'm not great at writing. Well, you can have your child take classes, individual classes. Especially in my area, there are many options where I could send my kids to take a math class. Like last year, my son took chemistry because I don't know anything about chemistry and he wanted additional support in that subject. Classes can range from $50 to probably $250 per class, but man, is it ever a big help, especially in the high school years. A fourth option for homeschool families are co-ops. Now, what's a co-op? Well, my understanding of a co-op is where other parents come together and they help each other teach certain classes. And so you will be amazed. I mean, you're like, oh no, a parent's going to teach my kid. No, you will be amazed at these homeschool moms who have high education levels and can teach like nobody's business. And so if you can partner with other homeschool moms that are specialists in a certain area, and maybe you're a specialist in another area, your fees are greatly reduced. These co-ops will get together and charge $10, $20, $30, $50 for your child to take a class in exchange, sometimes only for materials, in exchange for you to teach a class that you're a specialist in. Or maybe you don't teach a class, but you utilize these other teachers. So co-ops are incredible to get in contact with. So co-ops are great for both education, sharing, specialty subjects, as well as a place for your kids and parents, usually moms, not all the time, but usually moms, to make friends. And now your fifth option for homeschooling is to do online classes. So there are curriculums that are completely lined out, completely set up for school online, like K through 12. It's a public school online that your kids can do on their own pace, at their own schedule, and it's all graded for you. The K through 12 is free. If you don't like that option, there are many private homeschool options that you can pay for. Maybe if you're looking for a Christian homeschool curriculum, there's just so many options online today that you don't even have to teach your kids or even grade their paperwork if you don't want to. But if you want to have, your kid learned at home, maybe for schedule reasons or whatever. If you choose an online school, the biggest thing is just be intentional with relationships. Hey, I want to encourage you, if you've decided to jump on the homeschool journey, you can do it. Guys, thanks for watching, and watch these next videos coming up, and have a great day.